solid melts into air. All that is holy is profaned, and man is at last compelled to face with sober senses his real condition of life and his relations with his kind. Yeah?
You busy?
No, just crocheting a pair of socks before winter sets in.
Feeling better?
I'm all right. Christ.
Are you?
No, but as Harold Wilson might put it, it's getting worse more slowly.
I suppose your analyst blames me. Okay. Thanks for keeping me in the picture.
My pleasure.
No, I haven't had him, Malanka. I've just got him.
I take him. Charlie's to bed. He says good night with Novotny. I have training. I speak with Mrs. Shawcross. You take him later?
Yeah, that's fine, Malanka.
Some men bring food in kitchen. And also the man with the beard is lost.
I'll see to it. You get on.
Non, c'est pas une contradiction, il n'est pas en contradiction. C'est un complément, c'est un complément. Il n'y a pas de raison. Au nom de ceux qui sont d'accord avec le comité d'action.
The new 50-pence piece was announced today. It has, as you can see, a 7-sided design and will replace the 10-shilling note by February 1971, when the conversion to decimal coinage is expected to be completed. Finally, back to Paris and those students. Reports are still reaching us of a massive build-up in the left bank area of Paris. Some 15,000 demonstrators have already begun their anti-government march, and informed sources claim double or even triple that number will be in action before midnight. Student leader Daniel Cohn-Bendit has called for an immediate withdrawal of French police from the Latin Quarter and the Sorbonne, which the students regard as their rightful home. According to our Paris correspondent, it will be a miracle if large-scale clashes can be averted in the hours of darkness later tonight. Well, that's all from the newsroom. Late news at 10:45. And now...
Hi, kid.
Where do you want it?
Inside the back, where else?
Never ref. What do you mean offside?
You held it too long.
Knackers, you went too soon.
How'd it go?
Bloody Europeana let us down for a tenner at Beverley.
I meant the job.
Oh, yeah? They said I could have it. Foreman cutter. Showed us the band knives. Look like something out of a ship's engine. 100 dozen at a time, they do. It's not a shirt cutter they want, it's a chief engineer.
Fancy a drink?
No, no thanks. I had a couple on the corner as I came back.
So, did you take it, or what?
Might. I have to talk to her first. She'll not like it down here. Away from her mam.
Will you?
Dunno. Be better than rowing third oar on a slave ship.
Marginally.
I thought I might go out. Bit late to go back.
Yeah. Have a night out on the town, eh? Hey, you all right
Well,
for...
fine. They coughed up. Expenses.
I'd come with you, but I'm babysitting.
Oh.
Got a few people coming round. No, it's all right. They won't be here for a while.
Is that, Malk still here?
I wish I could answer that. He's not been sighted since this afternoon.
Happened he slipped out for a pint.
Given his reported condition this afternoon, I think that's unlikely, though anything is possible with Sloman.
We had a few last night in that anchor place. I didn't know he's from round our way.
Salford. Used to play for United Colts.
Garrow. Him?
That's right, left back.
Christ. I bet they were bloody terrible. What's he do?
He's a writer.
Oh.
He's doing the telly for me. Player of the month.
Oh. Is he any good?
Yeah, he's good.
Well, if he writes as well as he sups, he'll not be short of a few bob.
Aye. Well.
You should fetch the nipper up one time. He'd like our Will. Oh, my mum says, when are you coming up to see him?
I'll come up in the summer, tell her. August, perhaps.
She thought you might manage wakes.
When's that?
Wakes?
Yes. No, I don't think so. I've got to go to France, see some films.
I'll tell her August then. Have you thought any more about that 300 quid?
Oh, shit. I meant to mention it to Angie before she... Never mind. I'll have a word with her before you do.
Should have sat up on me one years ago, really. All I need's a couple of rooms, a couple of machines, buttonholer and a band knife. Piece of cake. I'll show you the shop I've got in mind, Market Street. Make it in the back, sell it in the front. Could do all my own stuff. I'll push that.
Stay, if you want.
No, I fancy going out. I'll see you later on, eh?
Yeah, fine. You got your key? Go easy.
Oh, yeah.
Hello? John. Uh-huh. Of course. What time is it now? No, that'll be fine. Well, we'll manage. Well, nobody yet, but it's early. Fine. Be on the latch. See you then. No! Sorry, I missed that. Got it. I'll expect you then. Take care.
Joe?
Hello, Malk.
I'll have to stop this, Joe.
So you keep saying.
I forgot what I were on. No? How was your meeting?
Hasn't happened yet.
Really? Oh.
What are you going to do, Malk?
I have decided to dedicate the remainder of my life to subtlety, sexuality, ambivalence, and malice. Anything Pinter can't quite say, I can't quite say better, as it were. How do you mean?
I mean, are you staying for the meeting?
That too, yes.
Fine.
The Standard rang again, twice.
Lovely people.
Why don't you tell them?
I'll tell them. They can stick their best play award up their managing editor's capacious and much-lipped rectum. Why should I tell them anything? Tell them naught. Have a drink.
No, not just yet.
Oh, you poor bugger. You're empty, son. They'll stop pestering you now, you'll see. How's things, Flower?
Fine.
Are they? Still with the crowd? I've finished with them. I reckon 2 years it's long enough with any analyst. The minute they start getting interested, I mean, actually interested in your life and that, it's time to flit. Find yourself another Colt sod with fish eyes and a new line in polyvinyl platitudes. The minute I walk out that door, I want to be forgotten. Zam, do a slams. Who? Malcolm who? No, I don't think so. You know what I mean?
I find it pretty professional.
Yeah? I'd have her struck off if I had my way. Failure to expunge all memory of client the moment he clears field of vision. She's probably a romantic. She probably can't help it. I think you want to take down 6, is it? A couple of points and 4 could come up a point or 2. What have you got for that?
Piss off.
Bloody hell, this TV lark's gone to your head, old son. I can remember when you were Nobbert, a scruffy little actor, touting for walk-ons at the court.
Ah, and I can remember when you used to write the bedsit cookery column for the Mirror, so don't start that game.
1,000 words to make New Zealand lamb taste like meat. Halcyon days.
Right. I'll have a drink. You ready for another, Mark?
It's dead. I can't find another.
I've no blended. Could you drink 'em all?
I suppose I'll have to if you've no else.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Flower. I liked your kid.
Yeah, it's all right.
He was going for a job or something. How'd he get on?
They've offered, I think.
Good.
Start getting ambitious.
How do you mean?
Wants to set up on his own. Wants me to stake him.
Will you?
I don't know.
Is it a lot?
It's nothing. A couple of hundred.
So what's the problem?
There's no problem. It just makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah? Why?
It seems illogical to use my surpluses to help set up a capitalist enterprise, that's all.
A what?
That's what it'll be, Malk. Our kid being the boss doesn't make it different or special. If it was someone else, not my brother, asking me to help him set up a shirt shop, what would I say? No, wouldn't I? And that fast, too.
So why the unease now, eh? If it's that clear-cut, say no and have done with it. Unless there's something else. Perhaps you need a brother down there with the workers. Eh?
No, it's not that, Malk. Do you want to talk about the 90?
Jesus Christ, Joe, sometimes I wonder if there exists a background you could not adapt to. It's a play, Joe. Somehow or other, when it's written, it will be squeezed and shunted and pugged and fattened and primped until it finally slurps and slithers down the 90-minute hole your masters have graciously designed for it. It's a play, Joe.
Do you want to talk about the play, then?
No. How's the wife, as they say?
She's fine. She's out.
Tell me something. Why do your wives always hate me so?
Do they?
Cara was the same. Reviled the ground I trod on.
Your taste for melodrama is virtually bottomless, Mr. Sloan. Neither Angie nor Cara hates you. They simply find you mildly detestable. There's nothing singular in that. It's a finding they share with just about the whole of your social network.
Oh. Well, that's obviously a matter of nuance, Mr. Shawcross. The detestation with which most of those I know greet and treat me, you very properly characterise as mild. Whereas what I sense emanates from your erstwhile wife and her enviably beautiful successor is of such virulence and extent that not even my deep sentimental attachment to your good self can serve to persuade me from my original and persistent contention, namely that both the bitches fucking well hate me. Where do we learn to talk like puffs, Joey? Cheers.
You sneer more than you used to.
I know. I lack love. What are you doing?
Fetching the food.
Food? What food?
The food.
You don't need a wife, Joe. You need a husband. Who have you got coming then?
Hard to say. Ford. You know Andrew Ford? Review? Said he probably managed it.
Not Flash Forward. The Gower Street Terror. The new left's answer to Joseph Stalin.
Ford's okay. I asked him to have something ready in case we need it. You know, general background, that kind of thing.
Terrific, you'll like that. Well,
Somebody from Agitprop. Ball, I think he's called. Doing good stuff in the factories.
women. What about women?
Cara, my erstwhile...
Jesus God, women, I said. I think you've forgotten what they are. Cara's not a woman, she's a political position. And like I said, she hates the sight of me. It's a bugger, isn't it? Who else?
Well, I asked a couple of girls from International Socialism.
Oh, thank God for the IS. Who else?
Jeremy Hayes.
Christ, worst. Listen, it's bad enough I have to see my agent on business. You're not serious. Who else?
John Tagg.
John Tagg.
That's right.
You always did have a touch of the marriage feast of Cana in you, Joe. That's what makes you a good producer, I suppose. How come?
Simple. He asked me to call the meeting.
Asked you. Why you? I don't get the connection.
I met one or two of his people at the Union branch. Seem to talk a lot of sense.
They do.
So, went down to Battersea, met Tagg, one or two others. He said he was keen to get a dialogue going on the left, so I offered my place for a meeting.
That was nice of you. Is that what he said? Dialogue?
Uh-huh.
A dialogue with the trots? That should be worth trying to stay sober for.
Well, perhaps I should have told you earlier then.
Don't worry about me, old son. I'll make out. Ladies first, I trust.
Boots, Malk.
Oh, yeah. I'll lose him else, Joe. Yeah, sure.
Hello? I'm Susie Plaistow.
Welcome, Susie. You look like an international socialist to me.
That's right. How did you know?
The nose knows, Susie. I trust it always. Malcolm Sloman.
Oh.
Come over here where it's warm.
Doesn't look any warmer there than here.
Oh, it is, I promise you. Student, are you, Susie?
That's right.
Can I get you a drink? Scotch? On your own, are you then, sir?
Malcolm Sloman, Richard Maine.
How do you do?
Oh, no, I'll have some soda if you don't mind.
Christ. Go on about women's liberation. You can't even park your own bloody car.
Yeah, I was parking it, but it's a small wheel. I didn't think there was room on it for your hands as well.
Scotch and bicarbonate.
Cheers.
Would you like a drink?
Thank you, yes.
It's over there. Help yourself. Hey. International socialism.
Oh, did you know Malcolm?
Only by repute.
This is Mick.
Something like that. Grease will do.
Greece is in Street Theatre.
Aye.
Malcolm Sloman, Susie Plaistow, IS, Richard Maine, Sock candidate for Union President, University College.
How do you do?
Right, I'm expecting others, so drink over there, food.
What's up?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
You all did a gig at the Workers' Control Conference at Birmingham, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's good. Shop stewards loved it.
Yeah, well, they'd had a few, hadn't they, before we got on? How's IS these days?
Great. It's growing.
Yeah?
700 a month we're enrolling.
Students.
So?
Flotsam.
We're students, Richard. Look at Paris, for God's sake.
Oh, what about Paris? Every third word you utter is Paris. It'll be over in a week. Less. A few anarchists letting off steam. It'll change nothing.
God almighty. With socialists like you, who needs a bourgeoisie?
Cara Massingham works for The Guardian. Jeremy Hayes, my agent. Susie Plaistow. Grease Ball. Richard Maine. Malcolm?
Malcolm?
Afraid so, it is.
You don't say.
Andrew, come in, come in.
Door was,
Sure. Andrew Ford, LSE, Review Editorial Board, etc. Well, I guess you'll know everybody's names by closing time. Food, drink. Well, I suppose I ought to set things rolling.
Hi, nice to see you.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay.
Well,
Excuse me? Is this where they're going to have the revolution?
come in, Mark.
Hello, Susie. How are you doing, Chuck?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, and beautiful Cara. Up to her delectable directoires in theory. What a wonderful surprise. It must be ex-wives' night. I hope to Christ mine don't show.
Don't worry, he has to rattle his balls every now and again just to make sure they're still there.
Inspections in an hour, love, if you're interested. Actually, I'm looking for a tiny glass of theory. You know? Something for you, Jeremy? A small hemlock, maybe?
I'm fine, Malcolm.
Good. That's good, eh? Hello, Flash. How's it been, then? Still sorting out Cuba, are we?
Hello, Sloman. Hello, Ford.
Where's Tag, then, Shoki? He'd be late for his own insurrection with that one.
Get your drink. Come and sit down, Mark.
Aye, aye, sir.
Tired? Yes, I was trying to explain.
I bet.
This is one of a series of small private meetings that the Revolutionary Socialist Party's been organising, both here in London and throughout the country generally. Now, I'm not a member of the party. I'm not a member of any party. But I'm convinced that what the left in Britain needs now, more than ever, is a united and coherent focus for its efforts. We need theory, not necessarily the revolutionary socialist parties, but a genuine socialist analysis of our situation that will give us a rational basis for political action beyond the single-issue activities that have kept us fragmented and impotent in the past.
Fine. So who needs Tag?
Who is Tag, for Christ's sake?
Who's King Kong?
John Tagg is the national organiser of the Revolutionary Socialist Party and an executive member of the reconstituted Fourth International. Why Tagg? Why not? At least he has a clear idea about what he wants. He has an organisation, he wants a dialogue, he wants to talk.
He's after money, I know, Tag.
Put it to him, he'll be here directly.
You mean we're going to sit around waiting for him? Well, it's bleeding pointless sitting here getting pissed. I can do that at home.
I think we should be talking about Paris. Now, what's he got in mind?
I don't know. I think he wants to talk.
You bet.
We won't do much listening, that's for sure.
Tag's all right. He can be handled.
Green bun. I've seen him eat bigger fellas than you with a pint of Guinness and a pickle on a plate.
Meantime?
How about a sing-song?
Who was it who said that personality is the gonorrhea of the left? Would anybody mind if we talk politics? I don't mind kicking off if there's no objections. It seems pretty obvious to me where the main body of opinion lies tonight. So why don't we put the notes away?
John. Good to see you.
The door was on the latch.
Come in, come in. We were just getting underway. Food over there, drink. Let me get you some.
No, I'm fine, thanks. Sorry I'm late. Why don't you just carry on and I'll sit and listen for a while?
Would you like me to introduce you?
No, no. My name's John Tagg, for what it's worth. That'll do for now. Thanks.
Andrew.
Well, it seems that there are a number of options open to us. I mean, personally, I'd rather talk about France or Paris, to be precise, at least at the moment. But on the other hand, perhaps it would do no harm to try and tease out some basic agreement on, well, terminology, for example.
Oh, yeah. I think we should try and tease that one out, definitely.
What do you think?
Well, I'll leave it to you.
I mean, I'm quite happy to hand over to you right away, if you'd prefer.
No, no, you go ahead.
I don't want to talk about terminology. Jesus Christ, what is this?
Well, what does anybody think?
Well, let's hear him.
Terminology.
Cara.
Oh, God, there's 20,000 people contesting state power in Paris on the streets, and we can't even decide what to talk about. Say something, eh? Say anything.
Right. Well, let me try to offer a relatively unexceptionable account of the basic Marxian analysis, and then offer a few revisions of my own. The task that Marx and the 19th century Marxists set themselves was to chart precisely and empirically the way in which future societies would form, or be formed. Part of that description concerns itself with the nature of social classes, in particular with the three major classes in post-feudal society: bourgeoisie, peasantry, proletariat. The precondition for the domination of society in general by a single class is, according to Marx, that that class should identify itself with the society and thus be felt and recognized as the general representative of that society. Its aims and interests must genuinely be the aims and interests of society itself, of which it becomes, in Marx's phrase, the social head and heart. But even that is not enough. For one class to represent society, another class must concentrate in itself all the evils of society and embody a general obstacle and limitation. In his words, for one class to be the liberating class par excellence, it is essential that another class should openly be the oppressing class. But notice, it's never enough that these competing classes should merely coexist at a particular historical conjunction. Classes that wish to become liberating classes must possess, as it were, self-consciousness sufficient to organize their victory. Logic, insight, courage, and clarity. These are the social qualities that would-be liberating classes must possess if they are to realize their full historical potential. Now, I draw on this part of the model because it represents a most interesting duality or conjunction between material inevitability on the one hand and human agency on the other. Thumbnail sketch of Marx's praxis in the 19th century would show, I think, an increasing and debilitating emphasis on inevitability and a critical undermining of the role of agency. It was the unique and deeply original contribution of Lenin, a poor Marxist in the academic sense of the term, that he redressed this balance, that he reintroduced human will and agency to the Marxist discourse by stressing organization, ruthless discipline, and the central role of the party. He pretty nearly single-handedly forced through a working-class revolution in what was by any standards a materially undeveloped, still largely feudal society. In other words, he showed that it was possible to tear down the existing inflexible historical model and fashion history, to some extent at least, in the image of his own Bolshevik party. Of course, what I'm suggesting here is that revisionism has a thoroughly revolutionary antecedent. The late Marx revised the early Marx. Engels revised the late Marx. Lenin revised a lot of them. Well, a few modest revisions of my own. It seems to me that from Lenin on, the older model had become increasingly irrelevant for a number of reasons. I mean, one look at France or Britain today is enough to make the point, I think. The world we now inhabit and hope to act upon is a vastly different one from that in which Marx made his largely empirical calculations and observations. The Russian Revolution is a fact. Its development in a single country with all the distortions that have inevitably occurred as a result is a fact. Equally, the nature of capitalism, particularly its deep technical and bureaucratic self-transformations and adaptations, national to multinational via multi-corporative, is an empirical fact that in a sense leaves the classical 19th century Marxian analysis behind. So that we must increasingly come to regard the history of 20th century Europe as a history of vacuums. No German Revolution, no French Revolution, no Italian Revolution, no English Revolution. Instead, the gradual absorption, the slow assimilation of European proletariats into the institutions of the reformed and super-adaptive bourgeois state. And if we accept the model so far, we cannot avoid taking some account of those structures of power through which that inhibition of revolutionary potential was achieved. Because one of the first things that these states have sought to do is to mediate, to obscure, to mystify their own class nature by securing unto themselves a vastly more powerful and pervasive system of propaganda, by which, of course, I mean educational institutions, art forms, newspapers, television, radio, all the many and large and small-scale means of communication existing in contemporary post-industrial society. In 1968, European proletariats can no longer be said to be a subversive force inside capitalism because European proletariats no longer feel themselves faced by a European bourgeoisie that incorporates in itself, to return to Marx, all the evils of society, embodying a general obstacle and limitation.
You don't say.
So, thank you. We need a new model. Perhaps a new concept. The Marxian notion of a revolution carried by the majority of the exploited metropolitan masses, culminating in the seizure of power and the setting up of a proletarian dictatorship which initiates socialization, is overtaken by historical development. And specifically, the analysis on which that notion is based fails to take account of what Marcuse has called the repressive tolerance of neo-capitalist society, of which, if I may say so, we are all living, breathing examples. The very fact that we are tolerated tends to render us impotent. Now, the element so far omitted, of course, is what has been termed the Third World. China, Cuba, Vietnam. These are the new centers of world revolutionary struggle. The national liberation movements in the colonial enclave are probably the sole and certainly the principal revolutionary forces at work in the world today. The capitalist heartland is no longer London or Paris or Turin. It is Saigon. It is Angola. It is Mozambique. The weak link in the capitalist chain has now moved to the periphery, and it is there, if anywhere, that it will be induced to snap. We move from center to epicenter, which becomes the new center. Our task in the old centers is to assist, however we may, these anti-capitalist revolutionary forces. Whether we're blacks in Detroit or white proletarians in Manchester, that is our sole remaining revolutionary purpose and duty. Demonstrate, agitate, educate. Oh, and no, a last note of direct application here, I think. We must not seek to impose upon these movements the theoretical and organizational patterns elaborated for and applied to metropolitan areas, such as city-based leaderships, centralized party control, and all the dead wood of European practice. No, I'll stop there, if that's all right. Don't want to steal anybody's thunder.
Thank you very much. Well.
It's all books. What's the point? I mean...
I found it useful.
I'm surprised you couldn't find a spot for students as a subclass in your model, Andrew. I mean, can you seriously write them off as a force for revolutionary change after what we've seen?
God, it's so bloody Olympian. And we're talking about struggle, what people do. They're on the streets, man, now. They're not concepts, they're forces.
I'm sorry, that's crass. I agree with Joe. Without a relevant theory, we can have neither perspective nor direction. What I personally missed was any telling reference to social democracy and its relation to capitalist structures. For example, a socialist analysis must surely have something to say about the Wilson government and its record.
Fine. Now, I think these are all good points. Students, blacks, the institutions of social democracy. Look, nobody is denying their importance. What I've urged is simply that we try to develop or create a theoretical framework into which all these elements can begin to fit and begin to make some sense.
And women?
Where? Where?
Sure, but you see, you have to ask yourselves, which women? I mean, are they all equally radical? All potentially revolutionary?
It doesn't matter, any of it. It's not bloody relevant. What are we going to do? I've been to extramural classes, that's why I'm here now.
Why don't we form an international brigade to keep the Spanish off Gibraltar?
Oh, Jesus. Is he going to keep up this puerile patter all night?
No, it's all right. He'll settle down.
Have a better warm-up at a funeral. Well, how about it then, John? Are you going to tell us how if the Earth hadn't been created flat, man would have had to flatten it? I like that one. I think that's your best one, I do.
Sloman, I'm not here to talk Salon rubbish with a drunk. Is that all right?
Why don't you go out for a bit, Malk?
I don't want to go out.
Well, shut up, will you? You're a bloody nuisance.
Don't tell me nothing. That bitch hates me.
Rubbish, Malcolm. We all love you dearly.
Oh, yeah. And you've got 20 grand in the bank to prove it, agent.
Well, we'll keep on earning the money.
Well, did you agree a form?
I'm sorry?
A form for the meeting?
Well, no, not really. Do you have something in mind?
What is wrong with just talking?
Free for all is free for nobody. I'm not interested in conversation. I'm here for discussion, structured, with a shape and an end.
You want us to number from the left or something?
No. But we could have a chair.
What do we need a chair for? Jesus Christ, there's only 8 of us here. Suddenly we need a bureaucracy.
I don't know. What does anybody think?
I don't mind either way. If it makes Mr. Tagg feel happy, by all means, have a chat.
The hell we will. He's right. Talk at will.
Oh, Christ. We'll be electing a minutes secretary next.
I don't see anything wrong with a little order.
Andrew.
Oh, come on, Joe. Do we have a form? Let's get ourselves organised. I've heard it all before. What's important is to stifle spontaneity. Yeah, by all means, yeah. Let's have a chair.
All right. No chair. It doesn't matter.
You should take that back, playboy.
Why don't you go somewhere else, Sloman?
Because I don't fucking well want to! Tag! Don't you come the God-the-Father bit with me, right?
Easy.
Just fuck off. I don't need your protection, you creeping cat. Just get off my back! Christ's sake, man! I'll take it easy, man. Will you? Fuck off! What do you lot know, eh? Any of you? Preening on the scene. It doesn't hurt, does it? Any of it? Does it? I want to say something.
Let's have it.
Get off me. Get your hands off me.
Oh.
I'm not a bloody plaything. I want to say something. If you could understand it, we could get somewhere. If you could feel it, I mean, as long as I breathe, I shall fight for that future, that radiant future, in which man strong and beautiful will become master of the drifting stream of his own history.
I can see the bright green strip of grass beneath the wall, and the clear blue sky above the wall, and sunlight everywhere. Life is beautiful. Let the future generations cleanse it of all evil, oppression, and violence, and enjoy it to the full. Have a sleep.
You're old, John.
Have a sleep.
I'll fetch some flax and whites and eggs to apply to his bleeding face.
What a wreck.
Will we make a start?
5 minutes, John. What's happening?
They're clearing up. Before Tag brings down the tablets.
I better try and sort Malk out.
Leave it. It's too far gone.
You with Hayes?
Oh. Is that all right?
Sure. Sure. So, what are you doing?
We're getting some women's groups started. Jeremy's trying to get this new radical paper out. Formed a collective to run it. 7 of us.
Do you have a line?
Several. About 7, as a matter of fact. These things take time. Do you want in?
Oh, thanks.
How's Angie?
She's fine. She's out. Oh, this is a right cock-up, isn't it?
What's happened to you, Joe?
Remember the field season at the NFT? Never drink water, fish make love in it. I stopped drinking water.
You want my opinion?
No, I'm sick of opinions. I'm sick of tones of voice. Sloman is right. Doesn't hurt. We do this like we do everything else. It's a game, an intellectual pursuit. It's part of the class. Some people play bridge, others hunt otters or foxes. We talk about revolution. I'm sick of peeling the onion. I'm sick of searching for the nuance behind the hint, the insight in the discrimination, the complexity beneath the conceit. I'm sick of metaphors. They induce only inertia. We've got upper second souls. Do you know that?
Where does Tag fit in?
Well, he doesn't play our sort of game.
He plays a game of his own. Listen, he's a shite. He's a brutal shite with a fist where a mind used to be. He's no realer than you, Joe. Remember your father, for Christ's sake.
Hey, take it easy.
Fasten your flies.
Freudian zip.
You used to fuck up here. Remember? You have meaning, Joe. You coming down?
In a minute.
sleeps now. I make coffee?
Thanks. Big pot. No hurry.
I'll take issue with our comrade's analysis and model presently. I'd like to start by explaining why I'm here. I'm the national organizer and executive council member of the Revolutionary Socialist Party. I spend most of my time with workers. Dockers, miners, engineers, car workers, bricklayers, seamen. And as I'll try to explain later, a revolutionary party or faction that fails to establish itself in the working class, to base itself upon it, can lay no claim whatsoever to serious attention. But a revolutionary Marxist who has lived in Europe or America or almost anywhere else for that matter during the last 3 or 4 years would have to be blind and deaf not to have noticed a considerable revolutionary potential, shall we call it, growing among sections of the population whose relation to the working class is either non-existent or extremely tenuous or positively antagonistic. I'm thinking of such categories as students, blacks, intellectuals, social deviants of one sort or another, women, and so on. So we've decided to begin a general campaign of political education, including self-education, I should add, that might result in a broader and more experienced base for all our efforts. It's not a sudden excess of humility, I should point out. It's not a drive for membership. It's not a fundraising effort. It's not a search for ideological compromise and political blandness. If our analysis is correct, we are entering a new phase in the revolutionary struggle against the forces and the structures of capitalism. The disaffection is widespread. In London, in Paris, in Berlin, in the American cities, wherever you care to look, bourgeois institutions are under sustained and often violent attack. New forces are rising up to throw themselves into the fray. The question is, how might they be brought to help the revolution? Or are they simply doomed forever to be merely protests that the repressive tolerance of late capitalist societies will absorb and render impotent? We will need some theory to answer questions like those, but I suspect the theory will not be entirely in accord with that which we have heard from our comrade here tonight. There is something profoundly saddening about that analysis, and if I might be permitted a small digression, it seems to reflect a basic sadness and pessimism in you yourselves. You're intellectuals. You're frustrated by the ineffectual character of your opposition to the things you loathe. Your main weapon is the word. Your protest is verbal. It has to be. It wears itself out by repetition and leads you nowhere. Somehow you sense, and properly so, that for a protest to be effective, it must be rooted in the realities of social life, in the productive processes of a nation or a society. In 1919, London dockers went on strike and refused to load munitions for the White Armies fighting against the Russian Revolution. Dockers in Amsterdam in 1944 refused to help the Nazis transport Jews to concentration camps. What can you do? You're outside the productive process. You have only the word, and you cannot make it become the deed. And because the people who have the power seem uneager to use it, you develop this cynicism, this contempt. You say the working class has been assimilated, corrupted, demoralized. You point to his cars and his houses and his pension schemes and his respectability, and you write him off. You build a whole theory around it and fill it with grandiloquent phrases like epicenters and neocolonialism. But basically what you do is you find a scapegoat for your own frustration and misery. And then you start backing the field. Blacks, students, homosexuals, terrorist groupings, Mao, Che Guevara, anybody, so long as they represent some repressed minority capable of anger and the need for self-assertion. Well, which workers have you spoken with recently? And for how long? How do you know they are not as frustrated as you are? Especially the young ones who take the cars and the crumbs from the table for granted. If the crumbs don't satisfy you, why should they satisfy the people who actually create the wealth in the first place? You start from the presumption that only you are intelligent and sensitive enough to see how bad capitalist society is. Do you really think that the young man who spends his whole life in monotonous and dehumanizing work doesn't see it too? And in a way more deeply, more woundingly. Suddenly you lose contact. Well, not with ideas, abstractions, concepts, because they are, after all, your stock in trade. You lose contact with the moral tap roots of socialism. In an objective sense, you actually stop believing in a revolutionary perspective, in the possibility of a socialist society and the creation of socialist man. You see the difficulties, you see the complexities and contradictions, and you settle for those as some sort of game you can play with each other. Finally, you learn to enjoy your pain, to need it, so that you have nothing to offer your bourgeois peers but a sort of moral exhaustion. Well, you can't build socialism on fatigue, comrades. Shelley dreamed of man, scepterless, free, uncircumscribed, equal, classless, tribeless, and nationless, exempt from all worship and awe. Trotsky foresaw the ordinary socialist man on a par with an Aristotle, a Goethe, a Marx, with still new peaks rising above those heights. Have you any image at all to offer? The question embarrasses you. You've contracted the disease you're trying to cure. I call this a digression. But in a way, it describes very accurately the difficulty I experienced when I tried to deal with our comrades' analyses. Comrade Sloman was right under it all. Theory isn't abstract. It isn't words on a page. It isn't aesthetically pleasing patterns of ideas and evidence. Theory is concrete. It is distilled practice. But above all, theory is felt in the veins, in the muscles, in the sweat in your forehead. In that sense, it's moral and binding. It is the essential connective imperative between past and future. Now, when I look for any of this on our comrades' account, I can't find it. It isn't there. It's simply part of an elaborate game he enjoys playing, and plays well.
Do I get a chance to answer this?
I hope you will, but let me finish first. Comrade Ford describes the history of the 20th century as a history of vacuums. That is to say, no proletarian revolution in the heartland of world capitalism. Initially, Europe, increasingly thereafter, America. Well, I felt he ran just a little fast through the actual events, you know. I mean, Germany, 1919, 1920. Italy in the same period. Hungary, Bulgaria, Britain in 26, Spain in 36, France in the same year, Greece in 44. The absence of revolution is not final evidence of the elimination of revolutionary potential. All right. Let's grant, descriptively at least, an extraordinary low level of revolutionary militancy in metropolitan proletariats. What we must decide on the evidence within the theory is how this has come about and how can it be changed. Unless, of course, we slip the question altogether by arguing that the revolutionary moment has gone floating off somewhere else and now rests with the peasant of Asia, Africa, South America, who, presumably now, must face not only the added weight of imperialist expansion massing behind the most sophisticated technology of destruction yet devised by man, but also the active opposition of bourgeoisified proletariats eager to defend their share of the cake against all comers, however oppressed and miserable they may be. What's lacking is any genuine grasp of the dialectic, of the relationship between the class struggle inside the capitalist state and the extruded version of it being waged out with. The fact is, the two are inextricably linked. There will be no victory in one without victory in both. But it must be the victory of the metropolitan proletariats that will herald the end of imperialist oppression. It is genuinely inconceivable that it could happen the other way round. Now think of it. Now think of it. Of course, the colonial struggle will go on. But does anyone really believe that America and Britain and France and Germany, mature capitalist states, at their level of technological development, with their economic resources and degree of destructive potential, will allow significant reversals to occur in their economic expansion without doing something about it? It's unthinkable. So, we must answer the questions. How is it that metropolitan proletariats lack revolutionary potential? And how might this be changed? European and American proletariats appear to have settled for the status quo, in my opinion, because they have been consistently and systematically betrayed by their leaders, and particularly by the communist parties of the various European countries. A simple historical fact that finds no place in Comrade Ford's analysis. Stalinism. Socialism in one country meant the damping down of revolutionary ardor everywhere, even where the flame of revolution was breaking through every crevice of capitalist society. By 1933, the German Communist Party, the strongest in Europe outside of Russia, had delivered the German working classes to Hitler on a plate. The French General Strike, 1936, which was undoubtedly based on a spontaneous proletarian desire to contest state power, was cynically reined back by the Stalinist hacks who led the PCF and turned quite deliberately into a demand for wage increases. Wage increases at Stalin's behest. The working class throughout Western Europe is even now, in most places, the prisoner of those miserable anti-revolutionary leaderships, where they are not the dupes of the forces of social democracy. If we are to change all this, if we are to put proletarian revolution back on the agenda of European history, we are going to have to replace those defunct and corrupt leaderships with vital and revolutionary ones. But those leaderships will emerge not as loose coalitions or as spontaneous coalescings, but as a result of patient organization and disciplined effort. That is to say, those leaderships will develop from new revolutionary parties, which will in turn base themselves in and on the class they seek to lead. There is only one slogan worth mouthing at this particular historical conjunction. It is, build a revolutionary party. There is no other slogan that can possibly take precedence.
You finished?
Almost. The party means discipline. It means self-scrutiny, responsibility. It means a great many things that run counter to the traditions and values of Western bourgeois intellectuals. It means being bound in and by a common purpose. But above all, it means deliberately severing yourself from the prior claims on your time and moral commitment of personal relationships, career, advancement, reputation, and prestige. And from my limited acquaintance with the intellectual stratum of Britain, I'd say that that was the greatest hurdle of all to cross. Imagine a life without the approval of your peers. Imagine a life without success. The intellectual's problem is not vision. It's commitment. You enjoy biting the hand that feeds you, but you'll never bite it off. So, those brave and foolish youths in Paris now will hold their heads out for the baton and shout their crazy slogans for the night. But it won't stop them graduating and taking up their positions in the centers of ruling class power and privilege later on.
Some coffee?
Why not?
Grenade, which has hit him clean in the stomach, and at no more than 20 yards, and he's gone down. He's out cold as blood pouring from his stomach.
Malcolm, for God's sake, where are you?
You must be crazy. You're out of your skull.
Probably.
Listen. Come back. We'll talk.
No, I don't think so. I'll hang on here for a bit.
Jesus Christ. There's some show they're putting on over there. They're drafting in police from all over France.
Why don't you take the group over? Entertain the communards.
What they want theatre for? They are theatre. Any case, I've got a gig.
Yeah, where's that?
Ford's Dagenham. Fight on the front you're facing, Mao says.
Any luck?
No, I thought it was in the Telegraph, but there's no sign of it.
Never mind, there's a cutting service provided. It'll filter down, I dare say, probably round about the third repeat.
Anyway, it implied that the drama department was in the hands of communists and troublemakers, clearly bent on subverting the democratic process, leading the country into anarchy.
Yeah, things are looking up. Wish I knew where they were. Spent some lonely days at the East Tower, I can tell you.
Well, I'm off. Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
I'll keep in touch.
Sure, you got my number.
I'm pretty keen to get into politics when I finish. And I was thinking maybe you know some people down at Transport House. Didn't you do a play about a Labour MP last year?
Yeah, I don't think they're too pleased with us, actually.
Well, maybe we can have a drink and chat about it sometime.
Sure. What did you make of the meeting?
Pretty interesting. I've heard Andrew before, of course.
What did you make a tag?
Malcolm!
Well, he knows how to put it together, doesn't he? I just think he's a loser. Politics belong to the pragmatists.
Huh.
I'll see you anyway.
Sure.
Mal! Malcolm, for God's sake.
You, still at Wandsworth?
Still at Wandsworth.
That's nice.
So?
OK.
Malcolm!
Well, thanks, Joe. That was a nice evening. Not sure what we achieved.
OK, good to have you. Thanks for your piece. As long as you didn't think it wasted time.
No. As the man said, words are our stock in trade.
Right, then. Back to the pit.
You all right?
Yeah. There's 120 cc's of concentrated Lambretta waiting out there for me. With the right conditions prevailing, I'll be in Camden by noon. Keep at it, then.
Listen, if you're still acting, we're casting 2 new plays next month, so it'll be a bit of break.
Red? What's that? Thanks all the same. See ya.
Hello? No luck? I should leave it for a while, John. I'll try for you later.
What about that? How's the Cuba book?
Oh, don't ask. There'll have been a counter-revolution before they get it in Gallet.
Well, what do you think? It's what you want, isn't it? Trainee directorship at the Beeb. It's the office copy. They'll be boarding at the end of the month. Let me know if you want to referee.
I'm not sure I'll be back.
Back?
Yeah. I'm going to Paris.
Paris? What for?
Oh, shut up, will you? Fuck.
Malcolm!
We're getting old, Joe. I've been offered a chair at Sussex. Did you hear? I suppose I can be the youngest professor for a year or 2. Maybe I'll grow a beard.
Will we do this fun, then?
Sure thing.
Give me a call, will you?
Take care.
Nice to see you again.
Aye.
Malcolm, for God's sake. No sign of him. If it weren't Malcolm, I'd really be quite worried. He does constitute a substantial part of my daily bread, you know. Cara?
She's looking after Charlie. He's been crying again. Hello? Yeah? Uh-huh. Paris. Yeah. 555 9590. She's trying for you now.
Oh, thanks.
Any word on the Goddard deal?
Frank Heather is ringing me tomorrow, today.
We've got a week to register the company if we're going ahead. Mike Benson reckons that the retrospective company tax bill will be law by a week next Monday. If we miss that, we start minus 10 grand. I've asked LWT for 20 for the other thing.
20?
Well, why not? They've got it. They need us. Stay cool.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello. Thank Christ. I've been trying for hours. What? No, it's all right. I was Shawcross. Joe Shawcross? Aye. Well, go on then.
He has his own sort of charm, doesn't he?
We've got charm, Jeremy.
Okay.
Why don't you go and get the car?
All right.
Uh-huh.
Cheers, Joe. Nice party. Say good night to our friend, won't you?
All right.
And if you do find Malcolm, pour him into a cab and send him home before he does any actual damage.
Will do. See ya.
See if you can. I will talk then. Mondale did. Who else? I said the march back. No. No, quite right, I say. Uh-huh.
He's lovely. Charlie.
Oh, yeah. He's a nice enough little bugger. Pees the bed.
Like Malcolm.
What time?
You always said you didn't want kids. Said they'd get in the way.
How many?
Yes. En bourgeoisement. Build the family.
No, that's right. No, hold the line.
You sure you can sustain this amount of self-disgust?
It's getting
We'll see
easier.
if you can. I will talk.
I'd better go.
Aye, Monday.
Watch this one. He's the one who's playing games. He'll suck you dry if you give him half the chance.
Sure thing.
I will talk.
Take it easy.
Okay. Fine. Frank.
Frank.
In the thick by the din.
Frank Heatherly.
That's right.
I don't understand. He's supposed to be doing a deal with Goddard for me, Fry TV.
Aye, he said he'd speak to you in the morning.
Is Frank with you?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. What's happening?
Riot police have attacked the students. The students are defending themselves.
With what?
Barricades. The police are using gas. Frank could hardly speak, he was so hoarse. Students are tearing up pavements, setting fire to cars. We have a section there. The question is, who will control the movement? As things stand, it appears to be leaderless. But the opportunists are already as thick as maggots in a boneyard. Mondale, for example. Mondale? Apparently Mondale had his car burned. The story is he stood in a barricade to watch it, shouting, comme c'est bon, c'est la révolution. A revisionist to the end.
Frank involved? I mean, is he actually fighting with your section?
Our section is not fighting.
Not?
Not. A revolutionary faction can't afford to be romantic. Our section walked away from the barricades before the major confrontations occurred. In my view, they took the correct decision. Because such a confrontation can only result in defeat, even rout. It lacks revolutionary perspective. And those that promoted it, Mondale and his cronies, are, in the objective sense, enemies of the working class revolution in France.
Is that how you see it ending, then?
How else can it end? When the workers replace the students and the Revolutionary Party leads the workers, we will have a revolution. What terrifies me now is that the working class may well declare its solidarity with the students against the brutalities they have witnessed.
But isn't that what's wanted?
No, anything but. Who do you think will lead the workers if they do decide to involve themselves? Us? It'll be the CP through the CGT, so that however it begins, whatever the spirit and resolution the workers evince, slowly the movement will be bled dry of any genuine revolutionary content, until Valdegroche and his Stalinist henchmen can do a secret deal with de Gaulle to get the workers off the streets, back to their benches. Can you not see it? It's a nightmare. It's a massive defeat for the revolutionary spirit. It'll make our task more difficult.
I'm sorry the meeting wasn't better.
That's a start.
Don't you have doubts?
Doubts?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what makes you different. It's not your analysis. It's just that there's no skepticism in you. I can find no trace of what my psychology tutor used to call the civilized worm in you. Gently insisting on the possibility of error. Perhaps it's just that you have no way of being wrong.
Do you have a way of being right? I'm not afraid of being wrong. As long as I'm right just the once. That's all it'll take. I'm proletarian. I killed the worm before it turned. Maybe you should have done the same. I met Trotsky, you know. Just the once. The Pension, southern France. 36. 36, I think it was. He was trying to set up the Fourth International to counter the obscenities of Stalin's Third. There were about 50 of us from all over. France, Italy, Switzerland, Belgium, Holland, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Poland, Australia, America, and me from Glasgow. Just 30. He spoke mainly in French. I barely understood a word in those days. But I watched him. Watched him. His big head. His eyes. Behind the pince-nez. Authentic. This voice, speaking a language I didn't comprehend, was the sole remaining authentic voice of the Russian Revolution. While just about everything else was being expunged by Stalin or just papered over by the Wilsons the other day, this one burning intelligence sat there, refusing to be quenched, to be put out. It's helped, that. Of course, it's no substitute for analysis and argument, for theory. But helps a wee bit when the nights start getting longer. He said one thing I did understand. He said, we only die when we fail to take root in others. I'm trying to take root, Joe. I'll be dead by the end of the year. I have this tumor. I've been treating it for a while now with radium, you know. But it's spread just the same. I was there the night. That's why I was late.
I'm sorry.
Ah, it doesn't matter. Just such a bloody waste. I was banking on 10 more good years to build a party.
Are the dependents?
No? Well, me again, eh?
Yeah. Hey, let me call you a cab.
Not at all. It's only a couple of miles. The walk will do me good.
Fancy one?
No. What are they?
Neu, jedes Wurzeln dieser Dose ist mit einer besonderen Folie umgeben. Alle guten Eigenschaften, die man an feinen Wurzeln schätzt, blieben durch diese Folie wohl erhalten. Sie sind daher immer köstlich frisch, besonders zart im Biss und noch feiner im Geschmack. The Frankfurters. What's the matter? Frightened awake?
As you to sleep happen.
Happen? What time is it?
5 o'clock.
Is it? Hey. Hey. Listen to them bloody birds. Aren't they incredible? They have an order, you know, for starting up. Finches, lapwings first, and larks and sparrows last. Lazy little buggers. I was reading somewhere, it takes 2 hours north to south, right down the country. So, the finches here probably get their alarm call every morning from the sparrows of Bedfordshire somewhere.
Malk, it is 5 o'clock.
That's what I'm telling you!
If you thought of going home.
Not recently. Which home did you have in mind, anyway? The thin bitch in Salford with the kids packed in around her like forwards wheeling for the line? Or Sally Svelte from SW7 with the manicured mind and the "We Are Never Closed" sign at the top of her legs? Home. Home. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it. Ecclesiastes. Go on.
Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
Proverbs? Good, yes. They were as fed horses in the morning. Everyone neighed after his neighbour's wife.
Jeremiah?
That's right.
Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Habakkuk? Quaint. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were something as a flame of fire.
Be then faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
But he shall rule thee with a rod of iron.
But because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
And behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. It's the revelation of St. John. It's apt enough for 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning. This now to replace the really formative intellectual matrices of a really well-run Sunday school by Christ.
Pass us a couple of those, will you?
Financial Times, New Statesman. How big a job is it?
Just pass them, will you?
Jesus God, that's a week's worth.
What?
I mean, you're so bloody earnest, Joe. I mean, The Economist, the Daily Telegraph, the Listener. I mean, it's harmful.
What about the play?
What about it?
And you reckon you might have something for me to look at?
What is it today?
The 11th, May, Saturday.
I don't know.
Listen.
How does Monday sound?
What?
Monday. About 6 in the evening. I could put in a hard day tonight.
Mark, we are talking about a 90-minute play.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Tuesday, then. It's a sort of presumption that you have that you're different, Joe, that's all, nothing else, and you're not. There is nothing objectively to distinguish you from all the rest. From Sean, Jerry, and Cedric, and Verity, and Irene. You occupy the same relationship to the means of production as every other producer in that golden hutch that would not lay in you call the centre. Socialist? A socialist producer? What's that? It's irrelevant.
Yeah, you're preaching, Mal. Fake it if you like.
Wrong. I'm not asking your permission. I am telling you, you have no right to expect anything other than a fake, any more than all the rest have. The pimps, and the gold lame boys, and the shredders, and the suckers in, and the apologists for the system, the machine's maintenance man.
Jesus, not now, Mark. It is 5 o'clock.
Sure.
What are you going to do?
Fuck knows.
Great. Look, I need a good piece, right? Don't piss on me, Mark.
It doesn't make any difference.
No.
It doesn't. The only thing you're allowed to put into a system is what the system can assimilate and absorb. Joe, this is a society that has matured on descriptions of its inequity and injustice. Poverty is one of its best favoured spectacles. Bad housing, class-divisive schools, the plight of the sick and the aged, the alienating indignities of work, the fatuous vacuities of leisure. Jesus God, man, we can't get enough of it. It's what makes us so humane, seeing all that stuff week in, week out. Wednesday plays. Every half-grown, second-rate, soft-boweled pupa in Grub Street is in there fighting with you. It's the condition of the time. It's the consensus. Impetigo. Pink. Itchy. Mildly catching.
I know all this, Mark. I'd just sooner do a play by you than, you know. You know?
Yeah. I might sooner play chess than draft. So what?
I just want to say yes to something.
Yeah? It'll pass.
Yes. Have you ever go to Chick's? Chick Hibbett's, Openshaw Pally.
Oh, aye. A couple of times. Bit of a dump.
I used to go there every week with our kid. Fighting, fucking, well, trying to. Had my first woman there. Well,
Met her there, anyway. Beryl. Back of her mate's Bedford. Him in the front with his. And we kissed for a bit. Touched. Then I got it out. I pushed it between her legs. And held it there. Waited. Silent. It was all but there, you know? All it needed was a yes. And I heard a voice in my head saying, if I were thee, I'd say no. And then she rolled on her back, up and out went her thighs, and I sank into her, a foot, a yard, a mile. Yes. It seemed still. An act of absolute courage.
Or absolute folly.
Yes.
I knew a Beryl once. From Withenshaw. She had huge calves. Her dad was a roser. She showed a lot of courage. I decorated her personally several times. What's that?
It's for the pig.
Oh, aye. He's a fearsome bugger.
Yes, he nearly had you.
Any sign of the wife? Don't you mind her slagging?
Leave it, Mark.
Once upon a time, when I was young and very, very wise, I thought that human beings could be induced to hold themselves in common, you know. To each according to his need. From each according to her ability. I'm old and foolish now. I see it for what it is. The new sexual imperialism. It has nothing to do with the Communist Manifesto. Hey, Joe, I'm sorry about last night.
It's the...
He really turned it on, didn't he? The old man. I heard him out there in the garden. Poor old sod.
What?
It makes me want to cry every time I see him. He's a walking fetish. The Revolutionary Party's a fetish. Build the Revolutionary Party. That's all he's ever said. Over and over, all his bloody life, an absolute injunction, timeless, no matter what the objective conditions, the other supervening historical processes, build the bleeding party.
Yeah, well, you get slewed out of your head, and I wallow in my impotence.
Maybe. I can't speak for you all, love, but sometimes I am actually sober, you know. It doesn't matter where you meet Tag, he'll be building the party. There's nothing else. There couldn't be. He'd have to tear it down and start all over again if it ever did get built. Listen, I spent a year in that lot. Yes. On the rebound from the CP. Let me tell you, they make the Bolsheviks look like Tok H. It's rigid. It doesn't bend for anything, least of all events. If reality doesn't come up to scratch, it's rejected. Sent back down the line, expunged. The function of a party member is to carry out his orders faithfully and without question. Comrades, none of us wishes or is able to be right against his party. The party in the last analysis is always right. Because the party is the sole historical instrument given to the proletariat for the solution of its basic problems. I know that one cannot be right against the party. It's only possible to be right with the party and through the party. Because history has not created other ways for the realization of what is right. Right, Lev Davidovich? You didn't wait till 38 to snivel that one out, did you? 1924, you coined that little gem. 13th Party Congress. You could have been Bukharin's scriptwriter. Listen. There won't be a revolution because John Tagg forms a tiny Bolshevik party in South London. There'll be a revolution, and another, because the capacity for adjustment and adaptation within capitalism is not, contrary to popular belief, infinite. And when masses of people, masses mind, decide to take on the state and the ruling class, they're not going to wait for the authentic voice of Trotsky or anybody else because they'll be too busy practicing the revolution. And the class will throw up its own leaders and its own structures of leadership and responsibility, and they'll find the germ from within the class, not from out with, because the germ is there. The virus is there. And no matter how many generations of workers are pumped full of antibiotics, or the pink placebos of late capitalism, it will persist. The virus, under the skin, waiting. I remember my dad. Model worker, perfect working man. Chapel every Sunday, white shirt, tie, blue serge suit, shiny pointed shoes, hair parted, watered. 39 years for the same firm, Maintenance Sparks. And when he was 55, they gave him a fortnight's notice. Made him redundant. He had a gold watch for long service, stuff like that. Now, I remember him when he came home the night they told him they were putting him down the road. And he just sat in his chair for about an hour. He didn't speak, he just looked into the fire. And then he sniffed, and he spat, and he said, "I could kill the bastards." I only ever heard him swear once before. And that was when my mum got her foot caught down a grid on the front at Blackpool and this illuminated tram nearly cut her in half. I'll go home now, Joe. Beware the final revelation. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last.
was it?
Great. Had a good time.
Must have been.
What time is it?
It's nearly 6.
Bloody hell. Don't tell Eugene. Have a fit. Fancy a bet? Pigot's got 5 mounts at Leicester. He's flying back from France. Apparently it's a good thing.
Do you ever win?
Win? Of course I win. How do you mean?
Have you thought any more about the job?
Not a lot. I'd take if it were just me. Suppose I could get used to watching Arsenal.
What would it mean to you?
£5 a week. Better hours, bit of free time.
Is that enough?
What's enough? It'd do to be going on with. You don't want me to take it, do you?
Eddie.
You don't, I can tell. Why not?
I just don't know whether it's right for you. Down here.
How do you mean, down here? It's no different from Manchester, isn't this? There's factories and people working them, houses and people living them. Dog tracks, race courses, boozers and bingo halls. They have the same newspapers and telly. That fat little git from Huddersfield tells them what to do, just like us. It's just down the road. I know what you mean, down here. Wouldn't bother you.
Eddie.
I wouldn't. Said there might be an house in Islington. I went to have a look last night. It's far enough.
Eddie, you're being daft.
Maybe. Just thought I'd say it. All right. Does that mean you decided not to lend us the 300?
Is that what you want? Your own place?
Of course. Don't you?
All right.
Thanks. I knew you would, kid. I picked a bird up last night.
Did you?
Yeah. She was all right, too. Took me back to her flat and everything.
Great.
Yeah. She was all right. She wanted a slag.
Not lost your touch.
Don't let the air fool you.
Still playing?
Nah. Sundays. British Legion.
Scrubbers.
It's a game. Get a good thirst up for Sunday lunch. What about you?
No. Not kicked a ball in years.
No, the lost of the game. Well, suppose I'll have to get a new suit if I'm going to be Mr. Dynamic. I can get a tube to Euston, can't I?
Change at Leicester Square.
Right. I'll do that then.
Go easy.
Yeah. And you. Come and see Ma, she's always talking about you.
Yeah.
It was a slag. Cost us £4.
I face everything the worst of it.